You're poking around Pockbur, a prime village. Well placed. Breaking bones. Energy augment active. Control your destiny, or someone else will. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to... That's what they call the blight that's been haunting the land since the old world ended in the apocalypse around here. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says you should take it easy. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. Has no doubt you've earned the trust and support of this village. Actions speak louder than words. You did good here. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Says you glow like the midday sky, 3 outposts down and a tribe war to go. Thinks if you like riding gnotes, you should say thanks to Noko in the gnote pen. She takes care of them. Says you're welcome back. is always willing to listen. You did good here. Says talking to you was interesting. Gulp says he'll bibble anything once, as long as it's drinkalicious, even rocket fuel. He once mixed up some tankers and drank that. It was a real lift-off. That leads him to the bottom of that particular bottle. Radium syrup. If only he could find a tanker truck to empty. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find him a tanker truck and bring back some of that precious radium syrup. Please. Thanks you for understanding how dire his thirst can be.
It's like the whole world is glowing.
Oh, shine like that and the dark disappears.
Now that's the right idea, Dark. Just disappear.
You know, I'm starting to think you don't like me.
I don't!
The oil claimed this land a long time ago. Shopperias like that used to have tons of things for sale, but most of it has gone missing over time. Says the Pichu tribe is known for its style. Wishes you goodbye. Just stay down. TXest. A punch crunch. At least you're not coming out of this empty. Crunch. painful. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. Get out of here. Busting heads. Night is creeping in. Flex those smart muscles and open the hatch. That should be enough glow juice for two. Gulp says he wants to take you with him on a super funny happy slide. Sharing is caring, and one drink for two is just right. Gulp says seeing your face is like seeing his own reflection at the bottom of a glass. He's been looking forward to a rendezvous, and it's on you to make it happen. There's even a chance the syrup is more intoxicating now from being aged in a radiated tanker. He's sure there are even more tanker trucks with radium syrup out there waiting to be emptied. Blesses your heart for doing your part. Cheers when you're here.
Hard to find any shadows now.
Correct, and we can always make more.
Well, there has to be a way to stop that.
Turn off the lights. No shadows then.
That's not what I meant.
Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He says you covered the important things already. Gulp thanks you. Says a drink or two won't do any harm. He refuses to drink alone. You're his friend now. Gulp says he just can't get enough of that crunky syrup. It's so refreshing. He really appreciated that you shared a drink with him. You took a risk and deserve a reward. So he intends to keep the promise he gave you when you first met. He's got a few things, you see, that no one else has. Claims to understand the alchemy of drinks. Lots to sample and savour. Gulp says he's heard a juicy rumour that you found an ark. He wonders what kind of drinks that might inspire. Figures that's inspiration enough for a whole raft of drinks. Hard to know what you'd do with an ark if the world survives, but maybe that's why it's still here, right? Says he's ready to toast your effort to keep the world juicy. It's drink-worthy either way. Wants to know if you might want a master blender along on your ark trip.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
A conscious choice to be alone means you won't miss anyone.
The thing we're really missing here is someone with compassion. You just seem to have passion for yourself.
The world would be a better place if we were left alone to handle it. Then we'd only have to talk to ourselves, and that's how you get the good answers.
Well, anyone in their right mind would agree you're better off on your own. Let's hope the ark carries you all the way there.
Says he wants to drown his disappointment in all his drinks at once. It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it understands completely. Check out that e-waste. That's a good find. See so much happening today. Jumble says that now he's got a fill-up glass, he's willing to part with a splash of his incredibly invigorating jumble juice. Jumble says he's got other interests than sunshine after rain. He's gathered quite a mix of curiosa over the years. The problem is, it's weighing him down now that he's shifted his focus to the sky. He'd be happy to part with some of it. He's been hauling around this stuff for too long anyways. Figures you should take what you want and leave the rest to those who might want it more. Wonders what you know about the Ark now that you've got it under control.
Mina,
Can't speak for everyone, but he sure does.
paano na move?
Figures if the world rolls on, the Ark would be a great way to see it. Go anywhere, collect any ingredients.
Tika,
Admires you for doing as much as you could to set things right for the world.
palani, paano na move?
Says he thinks there might be a seat still free on the Ark, and he knows just what he'd cook up for the trip.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Palani, baso?
Thanks you for bringing him aboard the Ark. He's going to make a batch of the best juice ever for the voyage.
Pelanina,
Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day.
pelikano tayabawa.
Says talking to you was interesting.
Pelikano tayabawa. Muna tida. Okakala.
Jumble says seeing you always brightens his day. You got the best of that. That's gone forevermore. The place they plant dead folks. Hope you don't wind up there soon. Nothing gets past you. You'd better get a move on if you want to change things. Click is thrilled with the back-in-time bone. Says there's enough to make a skeleton key for you too. Click felt there was no point telling you about a secret door if he couldn't provide you a key. But now he has one, he can. But he cautions you. You never know what hides behind the old doors. Best be careful. You're a key figure now. Says if he knew that, it wouldn't still be locked, would it? Wonders how you managed to unlock yourself an ark. Hard to find, much less get into. That's the way to unlock any puzzle. You've unlocked it, but the world's doing fine, so if you don't need it, he said he'd take it off your hands. Feels like it's too bad you spent so much time trying to keep this place going. And what did that get you? Says he hears there are open seats on the ark. How are you going to fill them?
So, what we have here is...
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you.
If you want to go quickly...
But you know you...
I think...
Wishes he could go with you, but he doesn't want your pity. He'll lock himself in here instead. Click says he's locked on helping you. Says you should take it easy. Strange not having the sky above. That's not going to heal well. Pancakes, anyone? Crack-a-doodle. Oh, it's locked. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. light is nearly blinding. Soon. Looks like it'll work. Gotta get close with one of these. Just check that scronk out. That paid off. It's Bionucleus 6D. Hopefully there's nothing active inside. Seems like a peculiar item. That's a classic radionic. Looks like the radionic controls need a nudge to frequency an airwave signal.
Mana penga. Nazupala kinga.
Seems wowed that you made it all the way up here to wherever he happens to be. He's not quite sure about that himself, having gotten here accidentally. He was just passing through. The fact that he's no longer passing is where the accident comes in. He's bowled over by how you managed to find him. Someone who could do that could go just about anywhere. You seem solid, hard to crack, and always climbing higher. What could stop someone like that? Wherever you're heading next, he hopes you keep strong and tough. You'll need it to get through all the horrors of the world that lie ahead, no matter which direction you go. Wants to know what you'd do if you made a mistake while trying to get someplace. Would you head back down and try again? Or would you try to continue on from where you were? Isn't sure he has friends anymore. Not up here, at least. Maybe you? Says he's not sure he's happy about the world surviving. Means he's stuck here longer. Wonders why you tried to save the world. In the end, what's the difference? Curious about you working with the myriad. Don't all those lights they use hurt your eyes? Pretty blinding, he supposes. Let's talk about happier things. He says it's rare, but sometimes he gets caught between a rock and a hard place. There's no worse spot to be in, and this time is no exception. He's always felt insignificant, like a pebble to a mountain. That's why he's climbing now. He wants to feel on top of the lowlands for once. He realizes that one who doesn't climb can't fall either, so in a way, figures he can't get out of here on his own. He's tried. Pebble's risking death by staying or leaving, so he won't stop trying until he's able to climb out of this dying world. He figures he just has to be more careful. Also, it would be better if he knew where to climb. He doesn't want to be a pebble in your shoe, but if you'd help find some better spots for him to climb, he'd be really grateful. Thinks that would only seem fair. He's not in a position to negotiate much, but he doesn't have much either. Some wood scrap. Always happy to find that. Smell that. It's the glurp paddock. CHUBSA must be nearby. He's heard what's happened to you and wouldn't have blamed you a bit if you'd given up and gone on back home. He'd have done that long ago. Suppose you're right about that. Any home you might have still has to sit somewhere in the world after all. He's impressed by the courage needed to get you to this point. He knows that he'd have strayed from the path long ago. Under threat or not, the thought of home is just too appealing to him. He hopes that you'll find a way to save the Tree of Life, and along with it, the world, and all the homes in it, including his. If your home means anything to you, well, he doesn't care. He just wants you to think about those like him who can't do much to save theirs. Sometimes he wonders what life would be like if he lived somewhere else. Different home. Supposes that's why you came back here after being gone so long. Home always calls your name. Surprised the world's going to survive, guesses he can keep his home now. Believes you tried your best to make things better, and not just for yourself. Heard the Myriad welcomed you into their home. It's so bright and airy. Did it scare you that way? Amazed about that. Seems like it might be too uncozy to call home. The homes of others don't really matter that much, though. He says whatever you think, big isn't better. It's just bigger. What you see here isn't what you get. There's more going on than meets the eye. His name is CHUBSA. A name doesn't mean much, maybe, but you should know he's built his foundation on something larger than himself. Now, with the world on the brink of destruction and all, the time has come for him to find a new home that's better suited to his needs. Says it's been fantastic for him so far, but he's outgrown it. It's time to move on to something bigger. CHUBSA says there's no place like home. Even though he's on it, in mind, heart and body, he feels he's far from the place he wants to be. CHUBSA wonders if you've seen any carrots in the ground nearby. He's been needing one for a while, but now, as long as it's not after it's swallowed down.
Bet you can see clearly now.
The dark will never hurt you, not like that.
No, you'll find other ways.
Sounds like someone's guilty of hurting feelings.
Ha! I do not feel guilty about that. Wait, I mean... Ah!
No time to graze, let's go. It's a rare sight. Treasure it. Wildlife here is teetering on the brink of extinction. We all are. The meat-eater again. Nothing seems to satiate his hunger. The note is done for unless you intervene. This is a radioactive zone. It's not healthy to go too far in without protection. Get out of here. There are places up ahead far worse than this. You need to get the notes in harmony to make the string plonk tuned. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's an earful. You need to harmonize the notes. Music to anyone's ear. Give your mount a pat and pick a path. See that broken boat over there? Looks like it still floats. All ashore that's going ashore. Blow. The simplest thing. Knock 'em flat. Scrapalicious. It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. Check out that plastic scrap over there. pocket that. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Asks you to do the right, is grateful.
Everything's so bright!
I mean, shh.
Just close your eyes if reality's too much for you.
You're too much for me.
Only because you're not used to watching a winner!